There's 9/10 remaining.
Great opportunity to throw it to Ayton.
Crowder looking, throws it alley. Puts it down! Puts it down!
El pase, la intención. DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton.
海顿，直接空接碰进。
Launch it up top.
Best player you love?
Yes. Welcome back to NBA Countdown, presented by Mountain Dew.
Well, DeAndre Ayton's value, but already has a name, the game-winning dunk, is obviously what the Clippers fans don't want to see here in Game 3 as they make their way into Staples Center. Chris Paul, he has not played a game in 11 days, but it doesn't matter. He's back and out of the health and safety protocols. The 36-year-old looking to make his very first ever NBA Finals. Would love to get a Game 3 win here tonight. And he'll need help from his big guy, DeAndre Ayton, who has absolutely dominated in Game 2, especially in the paint, where he shot 92%. Now, over the last 25 postseasons, Shaq and LeBron are the only other players to shoot that well in the paint in a conference finals game. But this is not new for Ayton, who has 3 games with 20 points on 80% shooting in the playoffs. That matches Dwight Howard in 2009 for the most in a single postseason in the shot clock era. And as for the entire playoffs, Ayton has made almost 73% of his field goal attempts. That is the highest field goal percentage for a 12-game span by any player in the postseason during the shot clock era. So the young man has done everything in his willpower to help these Phoenix Suns get up 2-0 in the Western Conference Finals, but he also gives back to his community. Mark Spears has more.
He should be recognized and appreciated by this country, and he should be used by this country to promote this country, because he is going to be the face of Bahamian sports for the next 15 years.
Growing up in the Bahamas was very amazing. No care in the world, to be honest, for me growing up. I had my friends, and I was just playing outside every day, going to school, walking home from school, and just playing every day. Nassau, Bahamas is a Christian island. I think everybody believes in God on this island.
Be with him, dear God. Strengthen him and his family. Amen.
What was Nassau Village like growing up there?
I think growing up in Nassau Village was kind of tough. A lot of mischief around, just hearing a lot of fights, and my parents did a good job on just taking that away, keeping us out of that and not being involved with it, even though we were right in the middle of it. This is what I come to. This is what I come, oh yeah, we might ball this. Hey, out of all the hurricanes we've been through, this is the only thing that don't blow down. I dead serious. Hey!
This DeAndre, yeah? Andrew.
Tian.
And Tian. Mommy, we show you inside this room. His bunk bed still sit there. He can't think on it no more.
Once I in the village, I in the village.
What kind of memories you got here?
All type of memories.
Tell me about that court outside.
Oh, my dad made that court. Instead of going to the park all the time and little altercations over there, I was like, what? I said, Daddy, I need my own court, eh? So he built that one for me. And then that court.
All the guys that start come from that side.
Everybody who was at the park came to the court.
Yeah.
Basically. And, you know, I did just respect it, to be honest. I don't think nobody ever stole the rim or nothing, huh? Yeah.
What does this trip mean for you, man?
I mean, it's huge. Just basically getting recognized. At a young age, people didn't expect much from me, especially in school. I'm representing the nation the best way I can possibly, and myself. So, I mean, I don't really care what people think or say about me. I think that's why I'm here, where I'm at today. I don't care. Like, I know where I came from, and I know how to represent myself.
This young man come from a small little island, going to one of the biggest country in the world. And this young man make a statement, I'm going to be #1. Listen to learn. Good job.
Who introduced you to basketball?
My dad. I would say my dad. Then he talked about the camp with Jeff Rogers. And, you know, I came here, I knew it was basketball, but I didn't know how to play it.
When I look at him, I said, man, this guy can't even walk. Don't even play basketball. Because, you know, he was just tall and skinny. But there's one thing about him I noticed. He was one of those young men who wanted to learn.
How did this country make you?
I just say the pride we have. We have so much pride in it, in everything we do. We're not starstruck. We want to be that, too.
Let's remember that wherever you go, you will continue to represent the Bahamas. Remind the public that you are a son of the soil.
Always represent yourself in everything you do. Whatever your craft is, you want to dominate it. Dominate in your talent. My talent is basketball, so I'm dominating it.
Yes, he certainly is dominating this postseason. I remember DeAndre Ayton during the draft. We saw him in the suit, shaking the commissioner's hand, but on the inside of it, he had the Bahamian flag sewn into the suit. So obviously it's a point of pride being where he's from. And you brought it up before, Jalen, but skill and will. I feel like he has a skill, and he also has a will to get better. And we've been able to watch DeAndre Ayton get better, and now he's dominating in the postseason and bringing so much to these Phoenix Suns.
I was hoping he was going to try to get a U.S. exemption like Hakeem Olajuwon and play for Team USA, but nah, see, that ain't happening. He's loyal to his soul, and happily so. But here's the thing about DeAndre Ayton that really impresses me. Unlike Ben Simmons, he's found a way to constrict his game and maximize his potential. Like during the year, he shot 23s. He hasn't attempted a three. You notice he's shooting his mid-range, he's shooting his jump hook, and he's playing in the paint. And you gave the stats of why he's been dominant in doing so, staying in his comfort zone.
Everybody always focuses on scoring. Let me tell you why I appreciate him as a guard. That dude sets sharp screens and pick and rolls. He gets rebounds, snags rebounds. He communicates as the anchor of the floor, and he runs the floor.
Yeah, he does.
Do you know what that does as a guard? When your big runs the floor, it forces the defense to contract. And what does that allow Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder? They can go to their spots, and that's when you get the free open shots. That's what makes this team so unique and so different, Woj.
It was not so long ago, this Phoenix organization was chaotic, and he went through a rookie season where it was just full of dysfunction. And Monty Williams came into his life last season, and I remember in the bubble sitting down with DeAndre Ayton and Tim telling me he didn't really like Monty Williams at first. He had never had a coach who was on his back so much, who was driving him so hard, but at the same time building a relationship with him. And that's Monty Williams. One of his great gifts as a coach is to be able to hold players accountable and get the most out of them, but show them that he cares and build a real relationship with him. People assign that to college basketball or even high school basketball, that you can't do that in the NBA. And Monty Williams, so much of his gift as a coach is his ability to be able to do both.
I remember listening to the Woj pod, listen, like, subscribe. And DeAndre Ayton said that. He was like, he always says that Monty Williams is here. I'm not calling you out, I'm calling you up. And so that's part of what you're saying, like finding a way to inspire, to make sure that everyone's doing the right thing, but not tearing them down in the process.
And by the way, Maria, when a coach coaches you hard, that means they care. When they stop talking to you, they don't care anymore.
But also, young people don't necessarily care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Yeah.
And investing that time in Ayton earned his trust. So now when they say, hey, constrict your game, don't be standing around a three-point line. If you do these things, we'll make it to the conference finals. And when you see those results pay off, it's a win-win for everyone.
Well, you can see the trust flowing both ways, from the players to the coach to the player, and that 8-0 run in the bubble has translated to a trip to the Western Conference Finals, and now the Phoenix Suns find themselves up 2-0 on top of the Clippers with an opportunity to go up 3-0 here tonight. And guess what? We will be with you the entire way of the Western Conference Finals for Game 4 of the series. It's coming your way Thursday at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, and we'll get you set with NBA Countdown as usual, 1 hour right before. All right, Devin Booker, we've seen you with the 40-point triple-double. We've seen you out there in the mask, and now you got to take that show on the road and try to get a victory in the Staples.
But when you're banged up, Maria, sometimes you have to go into a different mode. Look for him to be competitive defensively. Get a couple of deflections, get a couple of steals, because now he has Chris Paul to lead the offense and initiate.
Could he be like Rip Hamilton and wear a mask the rest of his career?
Yes.